Welcome everyone to Practical Self-Healing for your soul, heart, mind, and body. My name is Alan Chuck, and I am honored to be one of three Grandmaster Tao healers and teachers serving from the Master Sha Tao Center in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. So today I'm going to start a new mini-series. I've done 6 episodes on healing the heart, and the general title of those 6 episodes was Heal the Heart, Heal Everything. And I explained why that is true. Today I'm going to start a new series. I don't know how many episodes I will devote to this new series, but the general title of this new sub-series is Healing the Soul. Now, you may think this is a little less practical. I called my entire program Practical Self-Healing for the soul, heart, mind, and body. And in this new sub-series on healing the soul, I will focus more on the spiritual aspects. And I may go fairly deeply into spiritual teaching. But whatever your belief system may be, your spiritual belief system, or even if you don't have a spiritual belief system, I think this series is very important in understanding self-healing. I think it's very important in understanding healing, in understanding sickness, in understanding life. So many of you are students of Master Sha and his teachings. Many of you have been students of Master Sha and his teachings for some time. And so you know his one-sentence secret, which he has taught for nearly 20 years. Heal the soul first, then healing of the mind and body will follow. And in my previous mini-series, as I said, I have presented 6 episodes on healing the heart. In those 6 episodes, healing the heart, we were also healing the soul, because the heart houses the soul and the mind. This is also ancient wisdom. Master Sha has shared that everything, everyone, and everything has a soul. And the soul has gone by different names in different traditions. Soul, spirit, essence, our highest self, our inner light, many, many other insights and descriptions of our beloved soul. But I would agree with all of them. And why is it that when we heal the soul, the mind and body, in fact the heart, the mind, and the body will follow? It is because the soul is the boss. That is another one of Master Sha's pithiest, shortest one-sentence secret. Soul is the boss, as he is taught. We may think we are in control of our lives. We may think we analyze things, we learn things, we have experiences, all kinds of experiences in life. And we may think we make our life decisions. You decided, for example, whether to go to college, university. You may have decided which college or university you're going to. You may have decided what you wanted to study. What subject did you want to major in? You may have decided whom you married. You may have decided who is going to be your boyfriend or your girlfriend. You may have decided how many children you wanted to have. You may have decided whether to stay in a certain job or to quit, to take a better job, to look for a better job. You may have decided where you live. All kinds of decisions in our lives. Every day of our lives is filled with some decisions, conscious or unconscious. But although we may think we are the one making all those decisions, there's another force behind this. There's another entity behind this, and that is our beloved soul. Our soul is actually making many decisions for us. We are, when we're aligned with our soul, we are simply carrying out our soul's decisions. But many times we are not aligned with our soul. We are not aligned with our soul's wishes, our soul's decisions. Because many of us cannot hear or feel or know what our soul wishes for us. And so we do make decisions totally with our minds, totally with our hearts, but we're not making them in alignment with our beloved soul. And when we do this, what happens on your job? When you do not do something your boss wishes you to do, the results could be less than optimal, less than favorable. You could get fired. You could lose your job. Well, something similar can happen when we make decisions, and believe me, I have done it many, many times in many, many ways. I do it much less now because I have a better alignment with my soul, as well as with my spiritual guides, my spiritual fathers and mothers in heaven. But I would suggest that you have always, for maybe a long time also, maybe for much of your life also, perhaps you have made decisions that were not in alignment with your beloved soul. So what can happen when that happens? When we're not in alignment with our soul is our boss. Our soul is not going to be very happy. Your soul is not going to be very happy with you. And your soul can actually block your decision. Okay? Think of Dr. Peter, one of Master Sha's top teachers, another grandmaster teacher and healer. He was a high-level, top-level neurosurgeon and teaching neurosurgeon in Canada. But he tried to do some significant research many times on his journey as a neurosurgeon, but he always ran into some blockage. It was like somebody else would steal the research ideas that he had, or take credit for the research that was completed, or wouldn't approve the funds for the research. I don't know the details, but Peter has shared that he had many blockages in completing research when he was a neurosurgeon, an active neurosurgeon. So why was this? It was because his soul had some information about research, about being a doctor, about being a top neurosurgeon. And what is that information? In fact, our souls have all the information about us. Our souls know a lot more about us than we know about ourselves. Our soul is, as Master Sha has described, the warehouse of information that we have accumulated, that we have created in not only our current lifetime, but in all our past lifetimes. And we have all had hundreds and hundreds of past lifetimes as a human being. And some old souls have had thousands and thousands of lifetimes as a human being. So, in every moment we are creating information, right? And information is just a message, okay? With everything we are thinking, doing, saying, we are creating information or messages. And our soul, as the warehouse of all of these informations and messages, our soul has a record. Our soul stores all of this information and records. There is a place in heaven called the Akashic Records, which is like the universal library of everyone, everything, every soul for all time. So there, our actions, our behaviors, our thoughts are also recorded in absolute, complete detail. Nothing is ever lost in the universe, in heaven. There's a law of conservation of energy in physics. But in the spiritual world, in the soul world, in heaven, there's a law of the conservation of everything. Everything, every action, every behavior, every thought, everything is recorded in the Akashic Records. And everything is also recorded on our beloved soul. You can think of the Akashic Records as carrying a duplicate, a carbon copy, for those of you who, like me, are old enough to remember carbon copies, carbon paper. The Akashic Records, heaven carries a carbon copy of our soul. So our beloved soul resides in heaven, and you can think of it that way. Our beloved soul resides in heaven as well as residing in our bodies. Most of you have heard, learned from Master Sha, his teachers, the 7 major energy chakras in our body are the 7 houses for the soul, our beloved soul. So, while our soul is in our physical realm, on Mother Earth, in our physical bodies, our soul also has its record, which is really it. It's really what our soul is in heaven. So, our physical body you can think of as a bridge between heaven and earth. And our soul is the channel that travels along that bridge, that actually exists on both sides of that bridge, in heaven and on Mother Earth. So why do we need to heal the soul? Why am I going to devote a number of programs? I don't know how many. I just got the message that I need to really focus on the soul aspects, the spiritual aspects, because this is the deepest self-healing that any of us can do. It might not sound practical, but for the benefits that you could receive, or for the benefits you could miss out on if you don't really understand this and apply it, it is very, very practical. Okay, so I hope you will all find this to be true, and let me know if you agree. Do you want to hear more programs? I'm going to do them whether you want to or not, because this is the message I got. That do you want me to do more programs on what is healing the soul truly? Okay, because that is to me the highest, and therefore it's the most practical self-healing. For your soul, heart, mind, and body, heal the soul. Heal the soul first, then healing of the heart, mind, body, every aspect of life will follow. Laura says yes. Noelia says yes. Everybody says yes. Okay. I know you're with me. I know, because you're all students of Master Sha. So consider this kind of an introduction, okay, to heal the soul. I've already taught techniques in other programs. Give love to your soul, right? Give love to the soul of an organ that is sick. Give love to the part of the body that is in pain. Give love to your heart if you have depression, and so forth and so on. I've taught many, many things about healing the soul, and love is one very important thing. But it all comes back to the information, the messages that we carry, and the messages that we create, the information that we create in every moment. And so to heal the soul is to remove the negative messages. And again, I and Master Sha, all of his teachers, we have taught one of the most powerful, practical, self-healing techniques for clearing negative messages, negative information that cause the pain, that cause the suffering, that cause disharmony in relationships, that cause disorder in our lives, that cause disconnection with others, disconnection with our true purpose, disconnection with our own body. You know, our own body is one holistic whole, right? It's like a universe. It's like Master Sha has described it as a small universe, and it mirrors the big universe, the outer universe. You know, think of how complex our body is. How many trillions of cells, how many different systems, how many different chemicals, hormones, and how many different electrical impulses in our brain and our nervous system, and so much more, right? It is such a complex system. One person's body, self, just thinking about the matter and the energy, not even thinking about the soul, not even thinking about the consciousness. But so much can go wrong. But when we enjoy good health, right, good relationships, balanced emotions, inner peace, inner joy, then this incredibly complex system that is our bodies is working in order, is working in harmony, is working in good connection with every part of itself, is working in good communication, because the parts of our body, our organs, our cells are actually communicating with each other all the time. So to heal the soul is to bring that connection, that harmony, that communication to our own bodies and much more, to our heart, to our mind, to our emotions, and everything. So consider this like an introduction, all right? And I will take you in the next program, I think, next week. I will take you on a journey of, how can I put it, to explain more how you can deeply heal your soul. Okay? So if you all want to learn how to deeply heal your soul, which is going to be very, very much related to your spiritual journey, your soul journey, which is the journey of your boss, right? The journey of your highest essence. Don't you care about the journey of your boss? Your soul's journey? Don't you want the best boss you can have? No different from your physical occupation, your physical work, right? We all want a good boss, a loving boss, a balanced boss, a fair boss, a positive boss, and more. Well, we want that in our soul as well. We need that in our soul as well. And when we can have that more and more, that is self-healing. That is very high level, very powerful, very beneficial self-healing. Very practical self-healing. So thank you everybody for being with me and listening to me. And I hope you will rejoin me. It seems like all of you who've posted are interested and eager to do so. So I look forward to taking you a little deeper, okay, next week. Thank you, everyone. Have a beautiful week. If you're watching me live, don't miss Master Shah's Monday Facebook Live program on Dr. and Master Shah Facebook page. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All my love. Have a beautiful day, a beautiful week. Bye-bye.